What's good, brethren? Man, bro. So now, man, I'm up here taking a walk. We got some sunlight out here. I said, man, I'm gonna get out here and get my vitamin D up in me. And so, anyways, take a stroll and talk to the brethren, man. You know, I was thinking about SHTF stuff has hit the fan. And I was thinking about during the SHTF, people basically is going to be on basic organism stuff. Like, here we go. They're going to be thinking about food. They're going to be thinking about this food, doo-doo, and have sex. Hold on, who's my homeboy? Hold on. Yeah, man, I ain't talked to Cuz in a minute. Every time I see him, brother always got a smile on his face. I know he's struggling, but, you know, that's something I was thinking about, man. People gonna be thinking about food and sex. And that's, when you look at under a microscope, you see this cell or this microorganism. And I see my other homeboy. I ain't seen this nigga in a minute either. It's gonna be about food and sex. And when you think about SHTF scenarios and stuff, it's always about food and sex. Let me talk to my homeboy real quick. Hold on. Yeah, man, I ran into two cool dudes, man. That's kind of weird. In the same corner, a little block I'm walking. All right, man, on to the video. It's cool when you get with your brother, you can politic and talk some trash, you know. Food and sex. That's what men, that's what people gonna be thinking about. And I was thinking about these two things. A lot of these people right now is just basically good for nothing. Eating, doodling, and breeding. Eat, doodle, and breeding. And speaking of simps, I started thinking about, like, what keep these women in a powerful position here? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and what keep them relevant? And I was thinking about a few things, and I'm going to cover a few things. I was like, these women, majority of them, is really worthless, man. They really low quality. You got women with like triple-digit body counts making demands of what a man is supposed to be. You literally have professional workers. I dealt with one stripper in my life. Yeah, I mean, she was simping on me. It was fun too. It kind of, anyways. But you got women who are, you know, sex workers and who are making demands. And, you know, a woman out here with 20, 40, 50, 150 body count is a sex worker. She ain't doing all that for free. She getting dudes, simps, and tricks, hitting her money, and her CashApp. And that's how messed up your society is through when the low-level scum of the society, aka the sex workers, is making the standards by which men are supposed to conduct themselves. Men in this society of America do not dictate to the females. Men are dictated to what they should be having. You gotta be what? You already know. 3 6s, 6 feet tall, 6-inch wiener, 6 figures. And has additional plus 6-pack. So that show you that the culture is ass backwards here. And I got to thinking about that's what holds these women up, man, is the culture. And because men in America are socialized to basically be simps and worship women. That simps and the system, double S, man, simps and the system keep this woman propped up. And so I was like, man, once the system collapsed, because I was thinking also about in a book of what was it, Isaiah, when it say 7 women is gonna chase after one man and be simping on him. I'm like, okay, what will bring, especially in the black community, what's gonna bring, and that's just the order anyways. It's supposed to be women simping after men. What's gonna bring these proud women who have 7 men simping after them? What's going to occur? What's going to be the jolt? The how's it gonna go down? What will bring these high-minded, proud women, ultra thoughts with ultra options? Yeah, excuse me, man. It's kind of cold out here, but I'm kind of walking at a faster pace. I probably need to slow down so I can make oxygen decisions. But yeah, I usually walk at a fast pace. But what's going to cause these proud women to be willing to be willing to share men like that? And I said, well, what about the simps? And I think like this right here. During a collapse, lawlessness, the simps, you have some simps like that one dude who deleted that one Instagram influencer prostitute. What's her name, man? The really good looking black chick. It was last year she got deleted. It was a white dude that deleted her. Doggone it, I forgot her name. But she was like real famous. Something, I forgot her name. But her trick was obsessed over it. So you're going to have some simps, and this is my view, my opinion. You're going to have some simps who are going to be like, okay, ain't no law, it's lawlessness? Oh yeah, I'm going to pay Shawnquisha a visit because she showing them cheeks on the ground, showing them cheeks on OF. Yeah, I'm going to go, nah, it ain't no law. I'm going to go ahead, they're going to be like, they're going to go ahead and visit that and see if them cheeks clap the way, that he want them to. So you have simps who are like lingering fake nice guys who are currently held back because of law. Because they fear women gonna have it hard, bro. Like right now they have it just as Babylon has been like Babylon ain't really been touched. You had the Civil War and stuff, North versus South and stuff. But since then, that's America touching itself. But so far as like a foreign power, you really ain't had like nobody really touch up America like that. You had the situation with what was that? Japan. That was about it. What was that called? Pearl Harbor. It was like one incident, and then you had the, what they call it. They say that 9/11 was an inside job and the government did it to themselves. So, that is so much proof to that. So, so far as a foreign power, America hasn't ever really been at war like that. Or are they the bully that basically be putting in work on everybody? I say they're the latter. So, this is America basically ain't really been touched by nobody. Likewise, the women of America sit in a lap of luxury and ease, and they ain't really touched. They're at complete ease, bro. I mean, you got ugly, fat women with receding hairlines, wearing purple wigs. These hoes got a whole bunch of simps. These women got they got troops, man. They got dudes. They got they like them. Like when you was a kid, you had them them army dudes, the army toys, the army soldiers, and you don't really care about He don't really do nothing. And he just army. One dude standing up pointing the gun. The other is got a grenade or something. You know what I mean? He don't care about those disposable army dudes. And that's how these women have these simps. They got a bunch of disposable army simps. They got a roster of simps. One to pay the bills, one to lay pipe. You understand me? One to, hey, what's up, man? One to take her out to dinner, but don't take her to that Cheesecake Factory, right? They live at ease, man. Even if she ugly. You understand me? So these women is at complete ease. So like I said, you gonna have the simps who is like closet Jeffrey Dahmers, just acting the part of being a nice guy. But then you gonna have the other dudes who are literally, what's that chick's name, man? I think it started with an M. Dang. But anyways, but then you gonna have the simps who are women worshipers. Dudes who are actually, they about to go get it. And I'm gonna go in this video, and my thoughts on it is a lot of these simps, that's gonna be deleted is because they're gonna do what they do right now. I seen that video. I'm like, all right, if Shawnquisha belly ain't full, then Pookie and Ray Ray, disposable dude, his ball's gonna be full. So if her belly ain't getting relieved, his scrotums ain't getting relieved. That's why these dudes go out here and do all this stupid stuff. Is because Shawnquisha's gonna relieve his scrotums. He gonna get sex because he gotta produce. See, women know different type of dudes. She knowing a dude nose wide open and he's simping. And so those type of dudes are disposable to her. They are the, going up this hill, brothers. Excuse me. They are the disposable army dudes. Yeah, just get rid of him. He's just a sucker, simp. Lame. He just gonna pay my bills. I can call this dude Marquavion. I call him in to go and delete another dude. Call Marquavion in to come delete Pookie, and call Ray Ray to come deal with call Ray Ray to check Pookie, and then she just jump on the next dude wiener and get. This is the ease of life that the woman in America have, man. She got rosters of dudes, man. So that's what you gotta think about. Like, all right, SHTF. They gonna get down to their basic level. Eating, doodling, and breeding. Food and sex. It's gonna come down to the basics. And so now in America, the woman does not, she ain't hurting for food, and she ain't hurting for sex. Hold on, cuz about to walk past. So how you doing, bro? Sun out today, you know what I mean? So yeah, she ain't hurting. She ain't hurting for sex at all, and she ain't hurting for food. Her belly full, and she can bust nuts whenever she want. Just call up. She can Uber. What do you call it? Uber Eats. Uber sex. Just call it in. Just call it in. She want this guy deleted. She want this guy to go rob somebody. Call it in. Just call it in. This dude offended you. Call it in. Just call it in. And so this woman got a life of ultra ease, bro. And so that's what I was thinking about. What's gonna cause these Pookies and Ray Rays to be deleted? Because they ain't really a big problem, man. The simping is a big problem. Really like the biggest problem, because these simps are the females' bodyguards. You know, the pro-black, so-called pro-black simps blowing these whores' heads up. It's hard if you got a kid. A real man likes stretch marks. A real man will step up and help you take care of them kids. Preachers, simps, panders, you know what I mean? And keeping these women in a perpetual state of whoredom. That's all good. What was that chick's name? Monet something? I forgot her name. Let me go up in here and hold on. So, pause this real quick. Yeah, man. So the simps are a super problem, man. And what was that chick name? Anyways, man, Monica something or Monet or something, man. She was an Instagram influencer with a bunch of simps, and one of her simps deleted her. See, like right now, it's a good thing for how the women look at it. It's a good thing for her to get a bunch of attention from a bunch of different dudes. But when it comes to lawlessness, aka the purge, it's gonna be a horrible thing for these women who get all these simps. It's gonna be a horrible thing for her to have all those dudes know where she live. Sexual attention, right now, she can pick and choose which simps, how much they pay, you know what I mean? Schedule a simp, you know, look at her roster, schedule a simp, you know what I mean? But when lawlessness and the purge, aka SHTF, people gonna be looking to eat, doodle, and screw. Food and sex, man. That's the basics of any living organism. Eat and reproduce. And these women that have put their bodies out there, where you can pay X dollars a month, you know what I mean, to relieve yourself and fantasize, and or take her out on a date and relieve yourself, and or pay her a straight fee and relieve yourself. Dudes gonna be relieving themselves. See, it's gonna be a burden because these women ain't gonna be able to control dudes' access to their body. We ain't talking about how it is now. That's gonna be through. We talking about lawlessness. We talking about police officers, because they outnumbered anyways, not responding. And you got problems with police officers not even wanting to join, people not even wanting to join the police force. If you notice it, you got a lot of police. I just seen a police officer drive by just now. It'd be one car, and it'd be like one police officer. I don't know how it is where you are, but there's a shortage. It used to be like two police officers per car. But they still show force by, all right, we're going to have 3 cars show up. But really, it's only 3 officers, where it used to be like 6. So that's right now. And a video link, I'm going to try to remember. See, when Shawnquisha is not getting her belly full, that don't usually happen in America. The B-dub, not just her, but women in America eat very well, hence the obesity rate. They eat well, they screw well, they sitting fat, and they don't have to compete for men. See, what's gonna cause these broads to the whole ultra mega shift that's gonna take place. One of the things is, what's that chick? Anyways, Monet or something. Whatever. What's gonna force that to occur is that now you got the one kind of simps that's gonna be the stalker simps. Right now they in the friend zone. She can control the guy's access to her, you know what I mean? But those dudes, those sleeper cell Jeffrey Dahmer type dudes that just act like they your friend, you know. The neighbor who oh, he was just such a nice guy, right? And then you find out this dude done buried 5 bodies in the backyard, and in his freezer, he got like, you know what I mean, somebody's shoulder. You done skinned it and somebody's shoulder up in the freezer, cooking and eating that mug. You know what I mean? You want to you go over your neighbor with a you want a barbecue? He got some ribs, but they not pork ribs. They ain't beef ribs. You know what I mean? They Charles's ribs. You know, Charles that went missing about 2 months ago. He got them ribs chilling in the freezer, the deep freeze. These type of dude is in this chick's friend zone. But see, right now it's a restriction. But when the lawlessness take place, aka the purge, aka the collapse, that's why it's called the purge. That's why it's called lawlessness. Police officers, I just seen another one ride by. They be patrolling the Negroes. But it ain't gonna be that, bro, because they gonna be hiding, not even showing themselves at the officers. And I was thinking about this right here. When that EBT be gone, that's gonna really be one of the big triggers that when Shawnquisha's fat ground beef belly is not being filled, you understand me? Then that's gonna really cause her to send her disposable army of non-thinking simp dudes. She's going to send those dudes out there to do what they always do. You better go get it. You better go get it. Hopefully I remember to link this video. There was 2 videos actually. It's B-Dub who I guess they cut off her SNAP EBT benefits. Like I say, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. You got to do what you got to do. You on some hard times, get that money from the government, but just don't sell your man out. But so you know, do what you gotta do, man. People go on hard times. But when Shawnquisha ain't getting them government benefits, they cut that SNAP off, and this monster, this savage beast, she tore up the Arab store, man. She was like, y'all better, yeah. So she ended up just went like a bull in a china shop, man. She started tearing stuff up, throwing counter, tearing up stuff for food on the counter. You know, I think she had a fat chick, black chick with a cast on her arm. And then I seen another video, I try to link that, where this dude was basically stealing iPhones and stuff from Apple. And he just went up in the Apple store, had his hoodie on. This nigga just walked through and started stripping iPhones from the, you know how they had that tether, electronic tether thing, you know, so you can't steal and stuff. This nigga just went, I mean, reckless abandon, bro. He just went through, snatch 'ems. Grab another couple, snatch 'ems. Grab some more, snatch 'ems. So, like, that's lawlessness. So this is what happens. This is what your Pookies and Ray Ray's doing right now. Hey, how you doing, man? This is what your Pookies and Ray Ray's, Nook, Daquan, Darquavion, and Marquavion. That's what these niggas doing right now. So, you know, hey. You know, so what, I just look at this fat chick that I just passed. I'm like, this chick walking all the way from that block. I don't even think she, some fat Hispanic chick, she still ain't look around her surroundings or nothing. These women is in super ultra comfort, bro. They got the simp, they got system, and they at comfort. They don't have to compete. They fat, they unattractive. Again, they don't have to compete. This is heaven for women, bro, in America. And so on that video, this is heaven for women and it's hell for men. Even if a dude is 6 feet, that don't mean she gonna be faithful. Even if he makes 6 figures, that don't mean she gonna be faithful. Look at Will Smith. Oh crap, this dog. Oh, they don't come and attack me, man. So, just because he is those, okay, good, the dog stay over there. I don't know why people leave their dog off the leash, bro. But, even if you are those things, 6 figures don't matter, she'll cheat on you. 6 feet tall don't matter. Got a 6-inch wiener, it don't matter, she'll cheat on you. When you're in a culture that does not punish whoredom and female behavior like this, it's not about you being that ultra dude that check all the boxes. You know, I was listening to this one dude, he was complaining that his woman cheated on him. He was like, how could you do this to me? I pay all the bills. I've always been faithful to you. He said he paid the bills, he always been faithful to her. And number 3, I'm always there for you, whatever you need. He was really breaking down. And she was crying out, faking. Women can cry just like they pass gas, man. Just because a chick cried on me, she's telling the truth. Women are great at emotional manipulation. And I said, this is what the culture breeds. And he didn't understand why this woman cheated on him. I understand it clearly. Nice guys finish last. And she giving her money to Marquavion and Pookie, giving her money that she received from her boyfriend. How you gonna cheat on me? You don't even got a job. And he just answered, if he had the knowledge, he just answered his own question. Because you pay all the bills, because you a squared away dude, because you always there for her, because you take care of her. That's why she cheated on you. That's a microphone drop. I'll drop it if I want walking. Let me go ahead and do it anyway. Right? Because you that dude is squared away. And see, it's not appreciated here. And you live in a culture that does not punish, that squared away, regular, standard, decent brothers is, you ain't rewarded with faithful chicks. You ain't even rewarded with feminine women. And you could be all that. It don't even mean that she go be faithful to you. That's what America breeds, man. It breeds a whole bunch of street women. It doesn't breed wives. It doesn't socialize women to be wives. I don't cook, I don't clean. So these simps, speaking of simps, they a problem right now, but many of these do. So you got the first simps. The first type of simps, the kind that is waiting for the opportunity, you know what I mean, to see about old girl. So, but then it was so like they plan, they simping, but they not really. They the kind that's like, I'm gonna get my piece of flesh. She been making me go on all these dates. She been doing this. So they just sitting back with that passive aggressive approach. Then you got the other simps who are those woman worshipers and who will be the toy army simp collective that will be the disposable simp army dude that will go get it. And as I told you in those 2 videos, well, in one video you had this dude out here stealing iPhones. All this stupid stuff that men do, they gonna do it for women. Women have power over these specific dudes. Women don't have power over all men. In America, a lot of men are socialized to be single mother raised, female worshiping simps. And they will go in and they'll be masculine and violent against another man. But his woman, he'll bitch right on up. She can emasculate this dude, cheat on him, he'll take her back, spit in his face literally. What you do there? These men in America are the problem. Simps, I should say, are the big problem. And that's what the Most High gonna do. He gonna allow, it tell you in Isaiah 3 or Yeshaya 3 that that's where her lover's gonna die of famine. See, what's gonna happen? They're gonna die of famine. They tell you Ezra's too. See, these, I gotta go get it for my woman. I gotta go get it. Those type of dudes, and then she ain't even really his woman. Only his. She might be community property, and she don't care about these dudes. That's why. So that's what's gonna bring Isaiah or Yeshaya 4:1. What the heck is this? When I'm telling you, it's an iPhone, bro. iPhone on the ground. But that's gonna bring where these brides is gonna be like they simps. They simp army, toy simp army dudes. They go send them out to go get that money or go get them food. And they'll get shot, they go get deleted by other dudes. And dudes gonna be warring against each other to keep their queen, their goddess, happy. And she gonna send them out there to her death. But after a while, she gonna run out of simps. Nice guy, orbiter, nice guy, dudes, moist, soy, effeminate. Even if he got muscles and tattoos, he's still effeminate between his left ear and his right ear. Regardless of how big his biceps is or his wiener is or his money is, he's a simp between his left ear and his right ear, which is the most important 6 inches in a man, is between his left ear and his right ear. So that's what make a man or break a man, what's in his mind. But these women don't care about no mind. As a matter of fact, the more of a thinker kind of brother you are, in America, you will find very often women don't like thinking dudes like us. Because we think, we demand, we're masculine in our minds. We're going to tell her what to do. She ain't trying to deal with all that. Because in America, she the queen. And she has a roster. And she practices polygamy. Or polyandry, excuse me. But when all that system is stripped, that's number one. Her husband that she is linked to, and her multiple simp army servants, her roster of simp army servants, once all that's stripped from her, she ain't gonna have that's what I say, her lover's gonna despise her. What is that chick name, man? When her lovers is these simps, those are all the ones she get money out of, all her lovers. So when her lovers, they gonna despise her because, they gonna be like, man, forget that broad, I gotta survive. I gotta do my thing, feed my kids. I don't care about that hoe. See, they gonna despise her. Right now, they worship her, and because of sexual depravity and perceived value of the females, and I'm gonna talk about that too, because a lot of these women ain't nothing, bro. In the big scheme of things, hold on, let me walk past this place. I gotta watch what you say around the nigga. The B-dub. Hold on. Yeah, man, so a lot of these women are excessively, extremely low quality. I mean, they're not even relevant, except that because of environmental and locational situation. That's why they're relevant, because they located in a country that elevates low quality women, and number two, it's structured so that men are sex deprived. So, and then men are also socialized to be woman worshipers. This causes the perfect storm for America to be her heaven. And it's the perfect storm for America to be his hell as men. So it's not, so then, because remember, that something is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. And in America, men are willing to pay top price for low quality food. Like, so far as a woman, like say, Salisbury steak. Well, it's not the same as like a real steak, right? So men are paying high price for Salisbury steak that you throw up in the microwave, you know what I mean? Gravy, potatoes, you know what I mean? Dudes are paying high price for Salisbury steak chicks who are excessively low quality, as though they are purchasing, T-bone, porterhouse, or whatever, a real prime cut of rib, cut of steak. And because men are socially, to explain, it's like, to a hungry man, Salisbury steak is to a man that's starving, Salisbury steak, shoot, man, bruh. Like, you ever been on like a fast and you been hungry afterwards? Yeah, you start noticing the taste of everything. Man, it tastes so good, Just eating this orange, man. I just noticed the citrus taste. To a starving man, Salisbury steak is prime. Because that's what American men are. A lot of starving, sex-deprived, hungry dudes. Ravenous, hungry. Hungry for female companionship. Hungry for femininity from women. We just don't get it in any large number. And so because of that, this breed, and then plus that men are breeded in America to serve women. And women are not breeded to be cooker, cleaner. They're not breeded to serve men. They breeded to be served by men. Thus, this has created a environment, a toxic reverse environment where women are the masters and men are the servants. Hence, she believes in polygamy as long as she have multiple suckers and simps. But she don't believe in polygyny because that means she would have to serve a man, which goes against what her mama taught her, society teaches her, that she is to be worshipped. So simps are a problem, and they won't be a problem after lawlessness occurs. They're going to be a problem. Let me say that properly. They're not going. The simping, so far as how it is structured now, ain't gonna be the problem. The problem is going to be these simps is going to be out here doing stuff, breaking in here, breaking in there, stealing iPhones. They're going to be the ones out there going to get it for their master, for their God. They will be a problem, but because they're not thinkers, neither strategists, neither disciplined, because if they were disciplined, they would not be simping on females, right? So a disciplined mind and a strategic mind would tell them not to deal and not to be a simp. But he ain't disciplined. And this is what she likes. She don't want no mentally strong, disciplined dude. She want the Willie Lynched dude. I press his buttons, he responds how I want him to. I threaten to take away, sex, he does what I want him to. That's what she want. Whether he be in and out of jail Pookie and Ray Ray, or he be a six-figure dude, she controlling this dude because his nose wide open. And he ain't got no self-discipline. You see what I mean? That's what she wants. They like the chaos. They like chaotic dudes who are easily programmable and easily where she can get rid of them easy. Like the disposable army dudes that nobody really care about the army dudes. You lose one, whatever. And after a while, these simps are gonna be eliminated and won't exist like that. And that's where these women are gonna go. See, it's in the script, it's in the movie script, it's in the scriptures. And that's when these women gonna be like, they gonna be willing to take on Then they're going to be willing after they stripped. See, right now she got all these helpers. Right now she got the system to help her. Right now she can't do no wrong. If she do, she rewarded financially, and she got a coalition of other females who are going to co-sign her prostitution, aka feminism. So right now she's sitting at super ultra ease. She can't be touched, basically. Y'all excuse me, man. I'm putting these things up here. So what's gonna cause her to be willing to be one of a man's women? Like, even right now, you got dudes who are multimillionaires who are scared, who want to have other women, but his woman ain't gonna be with it. And he fears because this is a king. This is a multi-millionaire dude. But he fears that his woman gonna leave him. Either he's scared that she gonna take his money, which makes sense. But he also, a lot of these dudes be high income simp female worshiping dudes. So like I said, money don't equal game. Just because that dude got big money or big penis or big muscles or big car and stuff, that don't equal game. Game is self-discipline and wisdom concerning these savages. And so, look at Will Smith. He's 6 feet tall. He got 6 figures, right? Probably got close to $600 million. Will Smith's a great actor, man. But that's a high income simp. Y'all see what I mean? So your Pookies, Ray Rays, they gonna be out here robbing this and that, but your high income simps, they simps too. Just because a dude got millions of dollars, you see what I mean? All of them is a problem. So food and sex, man. It's gonna be food. They want to eat. They want to relieve themselves. Number two, and they want to smash. Food and sex. That's what animal beasts do. They're all concerned about what? Eating and screwing. And when all this social media, I don't know how it's going to go down, if social media is going to be removed or be EMP or whatever, or be nationwide, or I don't know. But my point is, that's kind of been a distraction and stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of times because of high technology, we don't go for walks. We don't associate with our neighbors. Person to person is really not important to people, you know. But simping as we see it now won't be the problem. It'll be a problem for a while because these savages go out there and get it. But it won't be a problem so far as like how it is right now, so far as because a lot of these simps go get deleted. They're going to delete each other during a purge. But it ain't going to be a problem so far as like females being in their heads elevating themselves unto God status. When the system that empowers them be stripped, when police officers are hiding, and number three, when her coalition and army of throwaway simp dudes start getting deleted because they trying to go out there and go get it and they ain't thinking. They're not logical and disciplined. Again, otherwise they wouldn't be simping. I'll give you another example. There was a video of this, a black chick that was talking very harshly and treating her son or daughter bad, I don't remember, on a bus. There was this white dude who basically, hey, you shouldn't be talking to your kid like that or something like that. They had an argument and stuff because you better not talk to Shawnquisha like that. Even her God tried to check her, the white man. So what ended up happening, they was on a bus and she called her coalition, her group of throwaway army simp dudes, army toy simps. And like on the next couple bus stops, the simps met her at the bus stop. It was the 4 dumb niggas carrying AK-47s or whatever they had. These niggas went, I think it was like 3 dudes, escorted this Shawnquisha off of the bus, made sure she was safe, and then they proceeded to indiscriminately with their I think it was automatics, rifles, shoot up the entire bus. Just a bunch of apes, animals. Like it was like watching the Planet of the Apes. Bunch of damn animals with AK-47s. Pop, 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 pop. See, these is what I mean. Shawnquisha get in her emotions, Simps get caught. Who was it? Tupac said that. When women get horny, niggas die. When women get hungry, I said that, niggas die. See, you see what I mean? And that's a good point. He said, when women get horny, niggas die. See, when her urges and her emotions get to, she get uncomfortable because this is the queendom of Shawnquisha. When she get uncomfortable, niggas die. And that's what's going to happen. When her belly start rumbling, she ain't got enough food, niggas die. She going to send niggas out to die. And that's what's going to happen. When you see, this is kind of unprecedented. The purge is because Shawnquisha ain't never uncomfortable here, bro. She wants nothing. I seen a video with this, let me tell you the rest of that video. So she summoned her murderers to come and shoot up the bus. Shot up. And the thing is this, nobody got shot. And it was an old lady that she ducked down right in the nick of time. And I don't know how they recorded this, but maybe it was a camera on the bus, I think. And she ducked down and the whole bullet came right through like a second after she ducked down. Old lady. I'm like, man, you shooting an old white lady, man. All these old people on the bus because Shawnquisha got in her feelings. And they indiscriminately, questions asked? No, we ain't asking no questions. Finding out the facts? No, we ain't asking that. Pookie Ray Ray, Marquavion, throwaway toy simp dumb niggas, hyper masculine, no thinking, those kind of Willie lynched idiots. These dudes ain't thinkers. No, she said it must be true. You gotta be true. Why would she lie? Why would she? These dudes are throwaway dudes. These are the dudes. You see what I mean? They're a problem right now. These are dudes I avoid, man. Just a bunch of savages, beasts, man. But Shawnquisha has the ability to manipulate these suckers. This is what she like. She don't want no thinkers and disciplined dudes and somebody that's gonna command and demand her and tell her what to. No. She know who we are, but she don't want that because then she will be required. Something will be required of her. She'll be cool with that after the purge and stuff, yeah, because she ain't got no more choices. Her Simps gonna be deleted. She go send, like, think about, so that's a good point. An example I just gave you with the 3 or 4 ultra simps, murderous simps that she called to come check this white dude. Those kind of animals and savages roaming around going to go get it, going to the store, going up to Myers, going up to this grocery store. You know how a lot of, you have these riots and stuff. Those are what I'm talking about. Those kind of niggas out there breaking into looters. Yeah, they're going to be a problem. But in their inability to think properly, because Shawnquisha told me to go do it, I got to go do it. Because she ain't going to give me no sex if I don't go do it, I got to go do it. Because Shawnquisha is hungry, I got to go do it. Thinking, being disciplined, thinking before you do stuff, no, that's not what we do. It's not what Pookie, Ray Ray, Nook, Marquavion, these niggas ain't doing. So, they going to be deleted out there. Eat, doo-doo, and smash. That's what the base organisms of the animal kingdom do. That's what Pookie and Ray Ray eat, doo-doo, and smash. Ain't gonna be able to have sex. She ain't gonna give me no pussy unless I go get it. I gotta go get it. I gotta slang these pharmaceuticals. I gotta go. Yeah. Why is these dudes out here doing it? It's because they overvalue the females opinion of them. And that's why they out there slaying this and moving this. Because it's going to get them access to used up community property vag. These dudes are a problem. But they won't be a problem after a while during the purge because they're going to be deleted. Something else I was thinking is some of these dudes will wake up and be like, they'd probably be looking at Shawnquisha because it does say that her lovers is going to hate her and despise her. Some of these dudes, after a while, they might realize that simping, after a period of time or something, they might be looking, now they start looking at Shawnquisha like, you know what? Dude, somebody else I didn't think about. The dudes that's locked up behind Shawnquisha. This chick gonna be getting hunted, bro. These are all, and so now she's gonna be willing to, this gonna be crazy, man. I was just thinking about the SHTF, the purge, removal of the Simps, removal of the female having leverage and power, because all this is socially constructed. When all that's the artificial stuff is removed, all that's going to be left is organisms trying to survive. Food and sex. And ain't going to be no space for no simping. You know what I mean? Basically, these dudes like, some chimpanzees, man. And it's like, what are these dudes good for other than serving Shawnquisha and causing problems for us? Eat, doo-doo, and smash. So, just something I was thinking about, man. Let me look over one of these points I wrote down. Hold on real quick. Just something else I was thinking about. A lot of these simps, I don't know, man. Like, some of these simps would be like, just in regular life, like right now, a woman can, like, even women in the manosphere, right? And, I'm like, all right, whatever, But I look at it like some of these dudes is simping on women that the women who have presented themselves as pro-male, you know what I mean? You got women in the manosphere, right? Talking about pro-male points, anti-feminist points and all that. And so you got a bunch of simps following them. Yeah, she makes a lot of sense. She makes a lot of good points. And this is a side note. It's just something I was thinking about. And they give props to these women. Oh, yeah, she's so wise. And this, I'm like, this bro just repeating male talking points that we've been talking about for years, man. But because it's a female, the words are issuing forth from a female, and the woman is giving her, these dudes some attention and stuff. They hit her Cash App and they'll be all, because they still simps, they just, yeah, she makes some good points. Had this one dude talk to me from, yeah, did you hear this one female YouTuber? She got her mind right, man. Yeah. I'm like, man, bro, I don't care about this chick, man. Because you also have let me clarify this. Now, look, you do got women who have repented from the feminism and all that. And to them, I say, cool, man. Good job. But you got chameleons, man. You got chameleons who they know that men is sex deprived in America. They know that they can, instead of hustling, trying to act. That's where you come with this new term called tradcons, traditional conservative wives, tradcon wives. And in tradcon, traditional conservative women, you got what they call it? Soft girl era, women against feminists. Like, where y'all been all this time? Inflation's starting to hurt your bellies and your pockets and your purses. And so now they want to do the okey doke. And they just surviving, man, just like any other organism, man. She just doing the okey doke, bro. But I don't trust you. You know what I mean? Where you been all this time? Times is hard. Simps. Then you got the passport bros. A lot of men, that became extremely popular, even in mainstream now. And so a lot of these women like, oh my gosh, shoot. You know what I mean? So they like scrambling, fish out of water, trying to find some water around this mud. You know what? Let me just act soft. You know what? Let me present myself as I go over here. I'm traditional conservative. And start telling male talking points, start up a YouTube channel, look more feminine and stuff, and get CashApp donations. A lot of these bros be getting a whole bunch of money, man, saying stuff literally that'll come from my page, come from my YouTube channel. But because it comes from a female's mouth, everybody clap their hands. Yeah, this, and you know how this go, man. But those kind of simps. This is something I was thinking about, man. But and a lot of a woman talking manosphere points. I ain't really against it, but I'm just saying because it's it's a testament against women by having another woman. I know that in American society, the word that a woman speaks, you get extra leverage and extra. But think about it, these women ain't coming up with this stuff, bro. Why would she? This is her queendom. Now you got some women who are righteous and stuff, but in general, they speaking exact talking points that we have said for years, bro. Come on, man. This is where they're getting it from us. But she'll get super ultra support. But, some brothers, we don't even get no kind of support. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about just money or just, you don't get shine, you don't get bread. You know what I mean? You discriminated against. But a female acting all nice and feminine, she gonna get all this, you know what I mean? I just say, man, it's just the way it is, man. I look at it for what it is. Hey, you're gonna have, in every movement, you're gonna have some people who betray, the collective. So that's basically trad con and trad wives. That's the female version of betrayal against other, feminism. Acting brand new. Right, you know what I mean? Oh no, I never was a feminist. No, what? I hate feminism too. It's destroyed our families. Yeah, it's like whatever, man. But it's just, in my opinion, it's just a hustle. It's a money grab to me. You know what I mean? But just my thoughts, man. Pookie and Ray Ray during SHTF, Simps, food and sex, bro, during SHTF. Simps is going to be a problem that's going to be pretty much removed as it is right now. The incessant desire to feed the female, to please the female. These dudes, and when resources get low, what it say? When women get horny, niggas die. And I say when women get hungry, niggas die. And that's what's going to be happening. When she can't go to the store and get what she want, niggas going to die. And she going to send them suckers out there to go get it. Right now, man, she protected by... And thanks to the brother that sent me this video a minute ago, it was funny. But right now, let me see. It was this black woman who was talking a bunch of trash to this one big fat black dude. And of course, she had two simps with her. I don't know if there was her orbiting boyfriends or brother, uncle, cousin. I don't know who these Pookie and Ray Ray, Marquavion throwaway simp dudes were. But literally what happened is she had one dude she was talking trash to. And she was like, what, all up in the dude's face and this and that. And why? Because she knows she has the backing of these two simp dudes. So she started the problem. Fat black woman started the problem up in a man's face, like she actually go do something. She go do something. So then when the dude, he bossed up and said, you know what, screw you, bitch, right? So then she, of course, like a good chimpanzee, I seen this in the Animal Kingdom, where this one chimpanzee, actually a baboon, was started a fight or something like that with a bigger baboon. Then he ran behind, then after he started that problem, that chaos with the bigger baboon, then he ran behind a bigger baboon, one of his friends. And the bigger baboon was just standing there, huh? Who? What? Who? Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ooh. And so the smaller baboon who had instigated it, now this was relative to the BAW who instigated this fight, she got, not calling her, but she was acting like a freaking baboon animal. Exactly what. So she ran behind the other baboon who was minding their own business. And this is why I say it's not good to be hanging around these females, man. Certain type of bras, man. You know what I mean? That's like what I'm talking about. So she ran behind the other bigger her friend, and now the other one who had the aggression towards her was trying to get to her, but he couldn't get to her directly, so he had to. Then her friend stood up like, savage animal. So now he in a fight because this whole done started a fight. And so back to so what happened in regular life, not just the baboons, but what happened is they started fighting. So the big dude that she was having a fight with, starting and instigating a fight with, he knocked that dude out. And then the other dude came out of nowhere, started punching on him. He got some kind of stick or something, man. He hit the other dude. He got cleaned. He was like, so there was nobody there to help this savage. And she ran into the store and, held the door closed or whatever. So that's my point. Simps is going to be disposed of by other dudes. You see what I mean? Because simps are not thinkers. So when entitlements is gone, Keisha go get angry. When no food in the belly, Shawnquisha go get angry. No food in the belly equals no sperms getting released. That means that she ain't happy. Pookie, Ray Ray, Nook Nook, Marquavion, and Daquan, them niggas ain't getting their sperms released. So she gonna say, you better go get it, you better go get it. See, brothers, that's why this stuff gotta be stripped. Then ain't gonna be a lot of men left. Because there's a bunch of simps, especially in our community, there's a bunch of simps who gonna be out there going to get it. You better go get it. Imagine, how it'd be like a riot or a group of kids or people, like it'd be some kind of, something happen, right? Some kind of riot and they all protest, right? What they do? Go to the store, steal. Well, imagine that goes on now, right, for a period of time, and then the savages go back into their, cubby holes and go back to their places where they worship Shawnquisha and stuff, and just life goes back to normal, And but what happens when life don't go back to normal? What happens when the entitlements is gone? The snap and the EBT don't come back on, and Shawnquisha's belly is rumbling. Her belly, when she get hungry, Simp's gonna die. And that's my opinion about SHTF and the removal of Simps. Sex and food. I think I'm gonna name that food and sex. SHTF and the removal of simping. Because think about it. Why would these women be, we talking about, BAW specifically, why would they be willing to be part of, one man having 7 women? Not right now. You got, like I said, you got dudes who got multi-millions of dollars, but they women still rule them. But she still had dudes on the side. And you're a millionaire. Y'all see what I mean? So, what's going to happen that's going to strip this highly proud, masculine, oversexed, access to all things? What's going to occur that will bring this beast down to a level where she'll say, well, number one, we'll eat our own food, our own bread. Number 2, we'll buy our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Only let us be with you, be your woman. What's going to cause these broad? We got our own food, we got our own clothes. Pookie, Ray Ray, Nook Nook, Daquan, they went out there and got it. Yeah, sure, eventually they got deleted. So now I got they belongings from these suckers, right? So she going to have the bag. She ain't gonna be worried about you taking her out to 5 stars. She gonna be worried about you buying her clothes. Because really, I'm gonna throw this in there too. When it comes to what a man's supposed to be doing for his woman, really, man, it's food and sex and clothing. Food, clothing, sex. That's what a man is supposed to bring to his woman. Not 6 figures. Not 6 feet tall. Food, clothing, and sex. See, women in America, See, we really look at it. Food, clothing, and sex. Gosh, man, this place is so so far away from what proper order is. You know what I mean? It's so confused. You got women out here with a roster of dudes. This dude bringing the money, the other dude bringing pipe, the other dude bringing attention, the other dude taking her out on dinner, the other dude paying for her groceries. I've literally heard women say this. They proud too, man. How surprised. Excuse me. But they're like, yo, I got a dude literally for every day of the week, man. Servants. And these women are like spoiled brats. Excuse me. So I thought about it. Back to that other dude. When he said, I do this for you, I do that for you, I do this. Women are like spoiled brats, man. Excuse me. Women in America are spoiled brats. And the more you do for a spoiled brat, the less they respect you. They don't respect that you took her here. They don't respect that you purchased this for her. You gave her this gift. She's entitled and she believes she deserves it. And that's a spoiled brat American female. So when the basics of life be stripped from her, see what I mean? Food and sex, man. SHTF and the removal of Simps. It's something I was I've been thinking about this for the last few days. I'm like, man, it must be a reason I've been thinking about this. But Simps are a really, 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 really big problem. And hopefully, if I remember, I put a couple of videos I thought about. The other video, y'all got to think about, if I remember, I could put that one in there too, but you could just look this up on your own in regards to the that chick who had what's that chick name? I still think about the Instagram woman that got deleted by one of her lovers. That's what's going to be happening. It's going to be these stalkers that's trying to delete, grape them and have their way with them. And it's going to be the dudes that they got locked up in men's lives who they ruined. It's going to be trying to get out of. American women got a lot to pay for, bro. And then her helpers and stuff, they going to be getting deleted because they stupid enough to go get it. I got to go get it. Think about what happens right now. Think about it. A lot of these dudes out here gang banging for pussy. Why they out here slanging this and that? For women. They put themselves in highly dangerous situations for used up community property women. They doing that now, bro. So when the SHTF, she gonna be, I can't imagine it actually, but I've rarely seen women. I seen which really surprised me yesterday. 2 days ago, I seen this black chick walking up the street. She's probably about 40. I don't know how old she was, but she walking down the street with a shopping cart. You know what I mean? And broke. You know what I mean? Broke, busted looking. She probably is an older black chick. But I'm looking at these shit. I'm like, you gotta have some sucker simp. That why are you walking? You know what I mean? Why she picking up cans on the ground? I'm like, oh, this must be the future. So I looked at it. I'm like, oh, because this kind of fed in this video that I'm doing now. Like, this going to be the future of these bros. They're going to be looking for this, looking for food. After the simp force field. After the simp force field is removed, then reality gonna punch her in the face, man. Reality's gonna be like, Skapaya! And she'll be like, oh my gosh, my lovers are dead. The system is not coming back on. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Y'all see what I mean? It's kind of like that Survivor episode when you had the women on one side of the island and you had the men on the other side of the island. And the women were they couldn't even survive the first night. First night, the men already created fire. They kept the fire going. They had things situated where they can at least survive and stuff. Whereas you had the women on the other island, it was raining, it was wet, soaked, couldn't get no sleep. So in the morning, the women were like, can we warm ourselves by your fire? So these dudes, he had the simping dynamic. He was, sure, yeah, come on over. And I didn't know that they was competing for $1 million. I'm like, $1 million? No, bitch, you stay over there. I ain't gonna. I help you maybe in regular life, but we talking about $1 million. You know what I mean? I think they had like 5 dudes separated. What? How many dudes was on there? Like five dudes. That's $200,000 a piece. I ain't gonna help my enemy. If I help them just a little bit, you know what I mean? They might have a leg up. Nah, the more of y'all, more of these chicks, the competition that quit. You know what I mean? The quicker we win, it's $200,000 a piece. I wonder if it was $1 million a piece or with $1 million total. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, the women in see when all the stuff. See, that's why I like the also the Bear Grylls episode. I watched some of his like 2 of his episodes of like Animal Planet and stuff. I was like, oh man, this dude I recognize his voice. He narrate pretty good too. Animal documentary and stuff, but this kind of was an animal documentary of how humans will react when all goodies are stripped away, kind of thing. And the women they absolutely do not fare well without men. They don't think, because now they're going to have to think, now it's survival. And now, if you look at SHTF, her body, you know what I mean? Jeez, man. All of those, if you even look at the diseases and stuff, this woman might have this disease, that, and infection. Because of stress, that will reduce her immune system. Stress reduces the immune system. And so therefore, because she's going to be up under a great deal of stress, when the immune system is repressed, that means that things that are already in the person is going to come out. You see what I mean? So if she has, infections or viruses and herpes, that kind of stuff going to show itself, below the waist and on her face. So what I'm saying, right now, she could take certain medicines and all that, but we talking about the collapse of society, purge, you know what I mean, lawlessness. Like you look at that movie, what was that, with Brad Pitt, and the zombie movie, World War Z. That was a pretty good movie. And in that movie, you had you had people going to the pharmacy and just chaos. So I just don't know how far all this stuff gonna go, but we talking about SHTF, it's all imagination right now, right? And all, this is what I'm imagining. It's going to be something like World War Z. Medication's gone. Ain't no more doctor visits. Ain't no more traveling here and there and laying up on Simps' money. Whatever's in her, she don't know how to naturally treat that stuff. Plus her immune system going to be reduced because of the stress levels. What's in her gonna come out? Jeez, a lot of these bras ain't gonna be able to take a bath. And right now, a lot of times they don't be hygiene don't be that good. Right now, with all of the shampoos and the soaps and all this stuff available to her, and then you look at it, she is careless. She don't have to care about her appearance. She don't have to be clean. She don't have to be feminine. She don't have to cook. She don't have to clean. She don't have to do nothing. This is America. Because why? The other parts of the puzzle and equation. The simp will always be around sniffing. Always there to sniff, defend her, pay her bills, help her. And because of that, she despises the simp. So she been able to live at complete ease, man, because simps are there to ease the pain. So when the simps are removed, she gonna be out there on the lawn. So I was just thinking about that Bear Grylls and thinking about that Survivor. I said, man, when these broads ain't gonna have no helpers and stuff, it's gonna be over. And then they gonna be like, oh, the thinker dude over there, you, me, oh, hey, hey, nothing. You know what I mean? Chick's gonna be, ugh. Gosh. I was watching this video of this chick. She was like a tattooed white chick talking about how she be homeless and stuff. And that's another thing. I'm like, you homeless by choice, man. You was a skinny white chick, and you want to be out there on the streets. You want to have power and control over your life instead of being up under a man. Most of these chicks, they ain't homeless because of, this is America, bro. A fat, ugly chick could still get a dude here, man. A chick with a receding hairline and a purple weave and bad acne can still get a chick like, get a dude like that. It's some simp dude, bro. Gosh, man. I can't even, I have never lived a life with zero, with zero worry. Like, women walk around with zero worry. Like I'll tell you about that chunky Mexican chick walking up the street. Zero worry, bro. Like, these chicks are careless, man. And so they gonna go from, it's saying Babylon in 1 hour gonna be destroyed. And I'm thinking like, dang, they gonna go like women gonna go in one day from being super ultra careless to, oh my God. Like, that's gonna be like, it's like falling off of like a tall building, man. Like, oh my God. So this is something I was thinking about. Food and sex, SHTF, and the removal of simps. Simps hold these women up, man. Simps are a big problem. But after the initial purge and stuff, a lot of these dudes gonna be removed, man. A lot of these women got like 4 or 5 simps, man. In the black community, you got a bunch of Pookie Ray Ray willing to throw their life away. That's why the prisons is filled and graves is filled with these dudes. Not thinking, not disciplined, always willing to come to the rescue of out-of-pocket community 304s. So, just something I was thinking about, man. I think I pretty much covered all, man. But remember, when Shawnquisha get hungry, balls ain't getting relieved. When she get hungry, niggas die. You understand me? And that's what's going to be happening out here on these here streets in America during the Civil War, /lawlessness. So this is my, I ain't did an SHTF vid in a minute. I was just thinking about this stuff, man. What's going to happen? Just imagine. What's going to happen to these simps, man? What they do right now, they go out into the streets, they go get it. Why? Because they are hustling for the favor of Shawnquisha. They want to make Shawnquisha happy so that they sperms can get relieved. And that's the same exact thing gonna be happening with a lot of them. Yeah, there's gonna be some that flip and all that. It's gonna be chaotic out here. Just something I was thinking about. Back to the dynamic of, you got a lot of these women you ain't even gonna want to have nothing to deal with because they ailments and they, infections and virus, you know what I mean? That's in them gonna be showing them, oh gosh, smell. You know what I mean? Vaginosis, the fish smell. And they won't be able to, do nothing about that. They won't be able to go to the pharmacy and get nothing. They don't even have good hygiene right now. You know what I mean? So, jeez, man. These women with high body counts right now, you know what I mean? Oh, what's wrong with a woman with high body count? And they shame men for wanting feminine women who are not visited by the entire community, right? They shame men for wanting. Again, you in a culture where the women dictate the standards by what men are supposed to be doing. But no standards are supposed to be laid upon her, right? Okay. So it's going to be a big turnaround, bro. A big turnaround of life, That's my thoughts, man. Anyways, brothers, if you want to support the channel, go ahead and do so using the Cash App in the description. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really enjoyed doing this video, man. I think I covered everything. Let me see. Yeah, Pookie and Ray Ray and just your simps in general, they're not going to be relevant. Like, they're relevant now, but after a while, they're going to be, because of famine. What does it say? Famine and war. Civil war. Famine being ain't no more food out here. After these savages go to the grocery store and steal what they're going to steal. Then they go door to door and steal this and that. Remember, America is one of the highest armed, per capita armed population of, in the world, American citizens. So people, man, you ain't just go walk in somebody's house, you're going to get blasted. These Pookies and Ray Rays and Simps in general, Brads and Chads, they're going to be out here, barra, barra. Then you also got the dynamic. All right, so now these savages did put in work in their own hood, but they're like, well, hey, man, the real grocery store is where? In the suburbs. So then now you're going to have these simps going out to the burbs. And you already got Brad, Chad, they've been practicing shooting Negro targets, you know what I mean, at the range, you know what I mean. It's kind of, you really look at it, the Civil War, aka the Purge in America, is kind of a long, lingering thing that was kind of inevitable. White folk always, looked at the Negro uprising. So you got a whole lot of, the Purge really essentially will also, in my opinion, be like a Negro uprising will be part of that. Because even, scripture talking about people will not only leave the country and stuff, go to their own countries, but also that people going to gravitate towards their own race of people. See what I mean? Within Babylon, America. So, dude, you even seen this, what was that? Hurricane Katrina. When you had, what was it? Algiers Point, I think it was called. Mercedes Moore. That's that prostitute, Instagram influencer's name. Mercedes Moore. But anyways, you had, during the Hurricane Katrina, people receded back to their own kind. Whites with whites, everybody was with their own because now tribalism and survival. So, that's what happened. So it's going to be a lot of stuff like that, man. But then a lot of these dudes, they'll be like, yo, we ain't got, with the hood, and we ain't really got all them great Krogers and Myers and, Walmart. We got a couple of Walmarts, but after those have been, Shawnquisha like, well, hey, her belly's still grumbling, so she goes send out what's left of her simps to go where? To the suburbs. This is the Negro uprising. See what I mean? The whites always feared a Negro uprising, right? Because of all of the terrorism, murders, and all the stuff that they did to our people. So they fear that. And that's why I think the purge is not just going to be, it's going to be a lot of things. It's right there at second address, man. Talk about, it's going to be people fighting against each other. People going to be dying of famine. People, the wars and the famine. Lack of food, you know what I mean? So it's going to be crazy, man. People are not going to regard the leaders, the police officers. People ain't going to care about that, man. Order. People going to be, you look at that one documentary, what was it? It was one I was watching with this husband and wife, and they had a son named Casey. I forgot the name of this particular, like the day after or something, like some kind of SHTF documentary. And they was trying to get out of LA. And they was about to go under this underpass or whatever, overpass. And he was like, oh, the police are right there. Yeah, we're good. Yes. And they got a little closer. Oh shoot, they ain't the police. It was like After Armageddon was the name of it, I think. Yeah, that's not the police. And then all of a sudden, it was some people that had deleted some police, and they was wearing police uniform or whatever. So, or stole a car. So police officers gonna be really, in my opinion, trying to show that they not police. I mean, when I'm talking about real purge, let everybody go out there, do what they gonna do, kill each other and all that. Then we'll come back on the scene. You know what I mean? Disappear and come back to restore order later. You know what I mean? Because we outnumbered anyway. Police officers outnumbered anyway. You know what I mean? The restoration of order. You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff, man. The simping and female worship and all that bug crap, as it is today, and a woman being at this high pedestal, having zero problems, not being discomforted, that's not going to be the business. She going to be discomforted her, all the different dudes she done been with, all the stuff that these dudes had that they gave her, that stuff gonna be manifested. Because now, the reduced immune system and non-access to drugs and inability to get to the, the clinic or wherever, and the doctors is hiding themselves. You know what I mean? Dude, it's gonna be crazy, man. So these women gonna go from queen status to like the black woman I seen the other day with pushing the basket, picking up pop cans, man. She was average, below, maybe a 4, below average looking black chick. But yeah, that's just something I was thinking about, man. Food, sex, SHTF, and the removal of Simps. Anyways, brothers, like, share, and subscribe if you want to. And donate to the channel if you want to, using the CashApp in the description. And email me if you want to. I wish you brothers the best. Peace to you.